Welcome to Good Night Book with Erica and Nate.
How do you pronounce caterpillar? Caterpillar.
Not with an R.
Yeah.
I'm a caterpillar person. Yeah. Do you do the R?
No, I kind of do now. Or like when I'm reading it, I do because I'm reading it. And then I feel self-conscious about not saying the R, but caterpillar. Like, isn't Caterpillar a popular brand of machinery?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
And is it spelled like caterpillar? Is it spelled the same?
Yep. It's the same.
Well, it's funny that I never notice it then. Because I'm always, what a truckhead I am,
Yeah.
How I love my dozers and my dumps, from dozers to dumps.
Autobiography in 20 years.
Look at my t-shirt right now I'm wearing. It's got trucks all over it.
Lots of trucks.
Excavators. Excavators, is that what they're called?
Excavators.
Hard to say.
Yeah, they're shaped like an S.
Oh, are they?
Excavators, yeah.
Excavators.
They're kind of a cross between an escalator and a
elevator?
digger.
Oh. Wait, what?
Yeah.
I had no idea about this. No. Oh, man, I was really believing you, Erica. You were really selling it there. Wow. I am really stupid, as it turns out.
Well, just turns out. I mean, the fact that you do love trucks so much.
What?
May have been a warning sign.
Oh, really? If you like trucks that much, you may be an idiot. I love that comedian.
Yeah.
I didn't love this book, though. We're going to talk about The Very Hungry?
Very Hungry.
Oh, I only read The Hungry Caterpillar. Oh, no.
Oops.
It was a prequel.
No, this will be awkward.
Yeah. Shoot. I bet it translates. It's about the same. No, I read The Very Hungry Caterpillar. I couldn't find it in my house, though. I think it's because I've hidden it. And I'll get into why I hate it in a minute. But first, why don't we give them some synopses?
Yeah. I read The Very Hungry Caterpillar, and it is about a small caterpillar that is born on a moonlit night, and to satisfy his growing hunger, eats increasingly more fruit throughout the weekdays. And then on Saturday, he's still not satisfied, so he binges on junk food and meat, and then does a quick cleanse. And he, of course, then turns into a butterfly.
Whoa. Yeah, we should have said spoiler alert maybe at the beginning.
Oh, shoot.
Mm-hmm. Whatever. I'll put a warning at the front in the description.
Yeah, please.
Warning spoilers. We should put warning spoilers for all of these. What if we didn't spoil them? We just didn't speak of the end of these 8-page books.
Well, we're doing it for the books.
Doing it for the books. Okay, so my synopsis is less verbose, but I think it really captures my feelings.
Okay.
A worm wastes a lot of food and gets a glow up.
I had a feeling you were going to go there to that food wasting part.
Oh, it makes me so
because
mad.
I honestly didn't even. It's so funny. I feel like revisiting all these books through the lens that we are attempting to revisit these through has illuminated some stuff for me. Like, I just kept hoping that they would realize, that caterpillar would realize that if they were still hungry, just turn around because there's a whole bunch more fruit to eat.
Right.
You missed a whole bunch of fruit. You just made a
left
hole
a lot on there. Yeah.
You left a lot on the plate.
Yeah. That's probably what makes me the most mad. I'll start with a highlight what's wrong. Okay, 2 things that make me the most mad equally. It's the food waste message, and also 3 things. The food waste message. Also, the book shape makes me very angry. It's too long, and it's lumpy, and it's hard to put into places where there's other books, which is why I can never find it, and I don't want to.
Yeah.
So fine. I had to view it as a PDF, and that's how it should be.
Yeah.
And then third is My kid doesn't need any reminders of sweets. And I don't want to talk about it every time we read a book. Like right when I'm trying to put her down for a nap, that's when we're going to start talking about cupcakes. Are you out of your mind? And I don't want to describe salami one more time. I don't. Okay. Those are my
salami, Dad? Does that happen? What's
the
salami?
talk. You remember having the talk with your kid, don't you, about salami? Yeah. Well, we're vegetarians, so
No, right.
Yeah,
there's this funny that's a funny moment in the book where that Saturday, which is just basically like a Super Bowl party of crap. And so it's like all these sweets. French onion dip. That's my go-to.
Is it French onion dip with what?
Yeah.
With what?
Potato
dipping?
chips.
Okay. What kind of potato chips?
Like open the tub. Yeah.
But are you going Ruffles or classic Lay's, or what are you doing here?
No, Ruffles. You have to have something with rigidity because I am aggressive with that dip and I need a solid medium.
I'm gentle and my mouth is also gentle. So Ruffles really rough up my mouth. Yeah. They ruffle up my mouth. I end up with tiny indentations from all the Ruffles. No thanks.
Wow. You're like a plaster mold in there.
I'm like clay. I am clay. I am art. I am light. This is from a different children's book that we've been reading a lot, actually. I am clay.
Oh, that's funny.
I think myself smiling. I see myself smiling. I am smiling. Anyway.
It sounds like forcing kids to smile when they don't feel like it.
Yeah, it does feel like that. It's more of a Buddhist perspective, though, of controlling, of being in charge of your reality, I guess.
Oh, that's nice.
It's pretty bougie. It's nice, but yes, there's an element of that. Just smile. Look how pretty you are.
Yeah.
You're in a bad mood. It's your fault.
Yeah, you could just alter your reality.
Stop it.
Find something joyful to smile about.
Yeah, think yourself smiling, you little shit. Just think yourself smiling, why don't you? Okay, what
before I go into my
okay.
Well, I was gonna. I can jump in. Yeah. Well,
before you go, I want before. Okay.
Signing off. I find it fascinating that this book is a classic and a household staple. I can talk about why I like it in a minute. There's nothing like tremendous about it. I think we'll go into that with some other books, and we have before, but it's who knows? Like, I just find myself being very curious and confounded. And is it enough that these pictures are really unique and cool, and his process is very tactile and interesting to make these pictures? Is that enough? Because the end is so predictable. It's like, he's a caterpillar, and then there's like a big journey. I wonder what's going to happen at the end.
What if it was a cat? That's what they should have done. If I was going to do a rewrite, or if I was going to do a punch up, that's what I would do.
Would they have wings?
No, cats don't have wings, Eric. What the hell? Get real.
But then where's the metamorphosis? Yeah. I mean, it's just, so predictable. So
it would be more believable, I feel like a caterpillar. You know how some of them are kind of furry? If they ended up, and cat's right in the name, if they ended up as a cat, I feel like that I could sell that.
Sure. Yeah.
Coming out as a butterfly?
I mean, I might have more questions for that. Yeah. To be honest. I like the pictures. I think his process is super cool.
What do you mean by his process?
He's very analog. Like all that stuff, all those pictures are him like making collages out of real paper, and then they digitize them. So I think his process is cool. And he's got a great mind for that stuff. He's just not a storyteller. But maybe it is. Maybe that's why it's so popular. People just really like a simple story. But I think the process by which the caterpillar becomes a butterfly, it kind of like takes us down this road that does lend itself to critique. Mm-hmm. Why are you wasting all the fruits?
Mm-hmm.
Why
are
were
you
they
eating?
not enough? And now you're sick? Of course you are.
Uh-huh.
I had somebody, I can't find the book either. I might have given it away. And I had somebody on YouTube read it to me. I mean, I found a video. It wasn't like I requested somebody read it to me, but I found a video.
Commissioned
And
YouTube.
they also felt the need. They were just celebrating the book, no critique. It was straight up, I'm going to read you this book today. But at the end, they also felt the need to qualify the food situation.
Hmm.
Like, look at all that healthy food the caterpillar ate. And when he ate the bad food, he got really sick. So if you eat
Okay.
the good food, you're going to grow big and strong like that caterpillar. She
Or
didn't
you'll
promise
turn
turning
into
into
a
a butterfly.
That's the thing is that like, no, I mean, so you got a bellyache, big deal. You got to eat a bunch of delicious food and still turn into a butterfly. And if
I
you're a little
know.
kid, you might not understand the causal relationship. You might think you turn into a butterfly because you got a bellyache.
That's right.
Maybe you're hunting out a bellyache. Speaking of the commissioned YouTube, that would be a funny cameo to do. Is if for this podcast you needed somebody to read you the story to
Yes.
get I don't know, Lance Bass. He's probably not doing cameos. He's too rich for that. But he blew a lot of money on that space flight, I think, situation. But
I was thinking of some like maybe really popular Buffy the Vampire Slayer actors who are no longer popular, like Xander or Cordelia.
the boss, not the boss, but you know what I mean, the teacher, the professor
Giles?
guy, Giles.
He's in Ted Leo. Lasso.
Ted
Ted
Leo.
Leo is a band. I always get that mixed up. I like them both.
Okay. Well, Leos are lions, and they have that mane that kind of looks like a lasso. That's how I'm going to remember it.
Okay. Wow.
I'm terrible at mnemonic devices, by the way.
Yeah. What did you do in school, by the way? Because that.
What year did this come out? Do we know this? Do you have any idea? Ish?
No, I did not dig.
What if you had to guess?
I'm saying mid-70s.
Okay, so it's old like that. So I'm thinking that part of its popularity might have just been the interesting form of the book. Are they all in that weird form with the holes in it?
I think so. Yeah.
I feel like back then they didn't do that much. So I kind of think it was like a groundbreaking, form-breaking book. I bet that's why it was so popular. Like, ooh, look at this. This won't fit on our shelf well. Interesting.
And my kid just keeps getting their finger stuck. Several trips to the hospital later.
Yeah.
It's memorable. I actually kind of like the format. I am a sucker for that stuff. So in a way, I'm the target audience. But, I don't have a childhood experience with this book. So maybe I'm questioning the date of it. At least I don't remember. I remember The Giving Tree as a kid. I remember.
Is it possible it just had a late popularity, like a resurgence?
Well, he definitely has. Eric Carle has I think Target took him on and made a whole bunch of Eric Carle inspired products and literal translations of his characters and his drawings and stuff into pillows, other fabric things, furniture, decor.
We have a Hungry Caterpillar themed baby book, I think.
Oh yeah, yep.
I looked it up, and it was first published in 1969.
Oh my. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I also think that teachers use it as a part of curriculum for really little kids. So I feel like because my mom was more a teacher of young kids, like first graders, and I think I remember seeing some big props in her classroom, counting stuff, or because he does a lot of primary colors, in some of his other books, or the rainbow Roy G. Biv stuff. So yeah, I think he or his team of people were able to kind of thrust him into the zeitgeist of life with all of that. So,
yeah, that's pretty interesting. Maybe your mom hated the book too.
It's possible. I will ask her about it.
Yeah, you definitely should. We'll report back.
Yeah.
Special bonus episode with your mom.
How did Mom feel about this?
I will not record this podcast with you. I'm not. What is that? I'm not going to.
I will not respond to that question. I will not.
Okay. What are your other highlights? Do you have other highlights? Or is it just pretty much the art for you?
No, it's really the art, and I do like the format. When you were talking about it, I did want to just counterpoint that. Mm-hmm.
On the topic of food wasting, what is the food that your family currently wastes the most of? I mean, accidentally, I would assume.
I mean, generally leftovers.
Yeah.
Make us something once, we will eat it. Ask us to eat it again, you are dead to us. So that's leftovers in general are a really hard one. But honestly, we have a little bit of an issue with our snack drawer where we buy all the snacks and then we put it in a basket that lives in a cupboard. And so after a while, after we're like rolling the snacks back up, example, like tortilla chips, they get so crushed and like buried in this like very unorganized basket that you pull them out to have some chips and you just have crumbles. And instead of throwing them away, I'm just like, I'm sure there'll be a use for them someday. And I tuck them back in there. And then like 3 months later,
a casserole.
It calls for
crunch
crumbles.
up chips. That would be good. Actually, I'm fine with that. I've done it before, to be honest.
Could be a crust. We're not I'm not inventive like that. So I'm not gonna go ahead and do that. So I'll just keep my crumbly tortilla chip bags in the bottom of our snack basket for the next year. It's my little challenge for myself.
Can you keep it in there and keep pulling it out every once in a while to see if they've reformed at all?
What about you guys?
Yes, I can. Yes, I could do that. Is that what you're asking? No, I know. What do I waste the most? Almost all food prepared for Wes, because she will only eat extremely specific foods. But we just keep putting them out there just in case. And occasionally she bites, literally. But most of the time she does not. She's a long, all-day snacker, so it's tough to...
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, it's...
Kid-related.
Whatever's there. Yeah, it's basically whatever's on a kid plate is going to end up in the garbage, probably.
Yeah, that's tough.
Or
is she like a...
we were thinking about getting some pigs, so we have something to slop, you know?
That's true. They would love
I think
it.
we all need something to slop. I've seen the movie Babe. That guy was pretty cute.
Yeah, I mean, if you could kind of get your hand on one of those, the talking smart ones.
And then they'll tell him that it'll do or whatever.
Yep, it'll do big. Dude, is she like a chicken nugget, French fry, like kind of like fast foody?
It's all anything like yellow is good. Seems to be, like carb. The more carbs, the better. Basically, it's just all carbs. Mac and cheese is the major one. She'll house some mac and cheese and eat forever. She likes scrambled eggs, yellow things.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
She likes broccoli though.
Olive likes broccoli too. It's like used to be her favorite food.
I'm into broccoli. Was broccoli in this book?
Nope. It was all fruit. It's like the first 5 days were all various fruits. I like the fruit shapes too. The fruit shapes were very satisfying to me. For some reason, I was really drawn to the plums on Wednesday. 3 beautiful purple plums. I don't ever see plums like that. Maybe this will be like a really good record of how fruit used to look before all the genetic modifications, and like in another 20 years people will be like, that's so weird that plums look like that. Now they're like bright orange.
Now they're yellow just
shots.
like all of our. Now all they are is pills. They'll have to like redo it. They're gonna reboot the book and it's just a bunch of pills. Then he made a hole through. Then he wasted a bunch of this pill.
He just downed 3 shots of apple pill. Okay, that was good.
That was pretty
really
good.
Good one.
No, that was good. I'll edit out that huge pause between words. You sent me. I wanted to talk about this. You sent me a video version of this that I had never seen, and I liked it. I like it a lot more than I like the creepy 70s animation. That's my jam. I'm into that. I like being off put by my cartoons. I think it's because I got into Ren and Stimpy pretty early, so like that's pretty off putting.
Yeah, right.
So it's like I do like things but and all those Rankin Bass, like those Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Frosty the Snowman thing were all really off-putting. And The Point, I don't know if you remember that. All those.
No.
Ringo Starr, I think, might.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I got the references of almost all of these. That's so interesting. I was not expecting you to make that parallel, but I love it. Yes. Keep going.
So.
Yeah, made you feel some things.
Made me feel some things. It was like way more compelling to look at. I didn't have to worry about the book shape. That was really helpful, honestly. That really is a huge detractor for me. Oh, and the caterpillar's so cute in animated form when he yawns in the beginning and then his tummy grumbles.
No.
The tummy grumbling was off-putting too. That was a pretty gross sound effect. That was like a little body horror in your in your off-putting animation of a children's story. But no, I like that. I think I should show Wes that. Except then she'll want to read that book again. I feel like maybe I should just leave it alone. Cut out the part about the desserts.
Well, it is. I find it more satisfying. Because you really are like living vicariously through him in the video more and kind of enjoying what he's enjoying because of the sound effects of him chewing and maybe swallowing. It's like a kind of an ASMR experience, I realized as I watched it again, because I haven't watched it in several years. And, the rise of the popularity of that sort of like everyday sound effect made me articulate more what I like about allowed me to articulate more what I liked about this, which is sort of the even more tactile, even more being in the moment with him, but not in that like all-consuming CGI way. So like the very two-dimensional aspect of the video of really like using the Eric Carle style of graphic rendering and like just basically moving a picture in different ways. That just a very, like you could almost see it. It was like almost like an analog animation. I can't describe it, but I think your comparisons are right on with the sort of those like claymation animations from the 70s too.
So and so this is just like most situations where the movie's better than the book. I feel like everybody always says that, and I feel like
that's a controversial situation.
This is just another
drop in the middle of this.
No, that's what everybody says, isn't it? Well, they're faster. That's what I like about a lot of those. You know what I mean? Yeah, books are so long; they have so many words in them, and you got to read them, and I don't have time for that.
Oh, wait till you get to like chapter books, reading chapter books to your kids. Ooh. I remember like when I first started dating Brett, and I always had this like romantic vision in my mind that we would just like lay about in the grass and read each other books. And I think I got him to try it with me one time. And by like the third page, I was like, I'm so tired of moving my mouth. And also self-conscious about doing like voices or reading in a monotone. Like I cannot find a happy medium in here. And I know we've talked about like how we read children's books to our kids. There's a little bit more freedom. But like now I'm starting to read chapter books with Olive, and they really are kind of endless.
Yeah.
It's so amazing the difference between like reading a book out loud and the experience of that and how lost I get in that versus just being able to be in my head and figuring it out on my own at my own pace.
Okay, I have one last question before we go. Do you like caterpillars or butterflies better?
Yeah, I mean this is the part of me I resisted calling this thing a worm. I don't like. I mean, I try to like caterpillars because I believe that they're important, and obviously they turn into butterflies or moths. But no, mostly they're juicy. I like the ones that are really extreme. Yeah. I mean, I like the ones that are really extreme. Like a monarch caterpillar is really cool.
Which ones are those? What do they look like?
Oh, they're bright green, and then they have like little horns on them.
Sure, I remember those.
And like a few like yellow dots.
I respect their privacy, so I don't ask them what they're going to end up being. I don't want to pry. So I see the caterpillars.
They don't even.
What about
they
those?
Don't even
those,
within their communities.
Those fuzzy black and brown
woolly
ones.
bears.
Yeah, what do those ones turn into? Do you know?
I don't know.
Oh my god!
This would be. I know.
I'm going to ask the next
one
I see.
Offshoot.
I'm gonna work up the courage, and next one I see. It's probably not going to be till next year now.
I do love me a woolly bear, but I have very distinct memories of seeing a squished woolly bear.
Yeah, me too. I think I do all the time. Scarred. It's gross. Their juices are really plentiful and yellow, right?
Exactly. Bright yellow. Yeah. It's like this contrast. It's like this, guess what's inside me? Grossness, and it's bright.
Spoiler alert. Again, I'll put that at the beginning of the podcast. So. Yeah. Well, I think that's all I really have to say about The Very Hungry Caterpillar. Did we say it was written by Eric Carle? I don't know if we did. Anyway,
I don't think we did.
Well, we did now. So if you enjoy the show, please rate and review it and tell somebody you like about us. And if you don't like it, then tell somebody you hate. That'll show them. For a transcript of this episode or any episode, please send a self-addressed stamped envelope to the address on your screen, and we will send you back a little post-it note that just says, "We don't have that." Until next time, good night, Mush. Good night, creepy old bunny lady. And good night, book.
The end.